in the dark of cyberspace, but Buffy's on the chase. Scammers think they've won the race. They bring their families disgrace, clicking keys in shadows deep, opening webcams like a creep, a cyber wolf posing as a sheep. No victim left to weep. Oh, but Buffy shining bright, baiting scammers like a knight, guardians of the online, saving one victim at a time. Emails full of false alarms, but replies with cunning charm, removing the victims from harm, deceivers and plans to disarm. Behind the screen he stands tall, for justice he'll battle and brawl. No scam too big or small, he'll answer the calls. Oh, but Buffy shining bright, baiting scammers like a knight, guardians of the online, saving one victim at a time. Behind the screen he stands tall, for justice he'll battle and brawl. No scam too big or small, he'll answer the calls. Oh, but Buffy shining bright, baiting scammers like a knight, guardian of the online, saving one victim at a time.
Hey, good morning, each and everyone on Sunday morning. I need to update my stream name, first of all. This is from last night. You all can tell that I'm not a streamer because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but welcome everyone in. I see Matthew Behrens is here and Red Sox fan. Thank you guys for hopping in. I got some interesting things that I'm going to be looking at today. I'll let you all know what that is in just a moment, but first I need to update this. Scambaiting Sunday. All right. So for those that don't know who I am a cybersecurity professional and digital forensic expert who volunteers their free time to do scam baiting. I tend to steer away from more of traditional phone call scam baiting and do more of scam baiting via social media, WhatsApp, Telegram, email, stuff like that. Main reason's time. Like, I don't have hours and hours of chunks of time to be able to spend on the phone with scammers like other scam baiters do. So I just have to do what I can do most efficiently in my free time. So that's what I do. See, WX3 is here. Welcome in. So first order of business that I have is a fake Pleasant Green TikTok profile that they had viewed my profile, and I think they followed me. So I have like a bait TikTok account like many scam baiters do. Not the one that I use for posting scam baiting content, but an actual like potential victim type of profile. And so this fake Ben, fake Pleasant Green, viewed my profile, and I interacted with them and asked if they could help. And this was like a couple of days ago, actually. And I ended up sending them the wrong phone number. So my VoIP number is different than my like burner phone number that I have with an actual like cell carrier. So I gave them my VoIP number, and my WhatsApp account's actually under my like proper cell phone number for my burner phone. So I actually gave him this information last week, and he said he was going to message me on WhatsApp, and I never got a message. And then I realized I sent him the wrong phone number. So that was like screw up one on my end, but I sent him the right number yesterday, and then he messaged me this morning, like early this morning, middle of the night kind of morning. He said, "Good morning. This is Pleasant Green from TikTok. The only problem is I don't know if you all can tell like what photo this is based on the color scheme. This is a picture of Pierogi from Scammer Payback. So his WhatsApp profile has a picture of Pierogi. The nickname for the WhatsApp profile is tilde Scammer Payback. And then he messages me, "Good morning. This is Pleasant Green from TikTok." So we're already in like it's all jacked up right now. So this is gonna be an interesting one. I'm almost wondering if I have baited this Gamer Payback profile and they ended up changing it to a Pleasant Green profile. But that's what I'm gonna start with. I've got a couple of hooks out there right now with some different recovery law firms, and I'm gonna try to get in touch with them. But my main goal for today is I want to see if I can get any of them to use my fake crypto site. Ideally, I would be trying to get them to run a malicious payload to let me backdoor their system. But we're still working on getting that fixed at the moment. So I don't really want to send files that I know that won't work. Although I may try it. Like, I guess it's worth a try, if anything. So let me message this Pleasant Green. Hi, Pleasant Green. Are you able to help me with my scam? Nice and easy. All right. And then I've got some other people on the hook from Instagram. So we've got a Legal Aid 6 is the name of the Instagram. They were for a law firm. So a lot of these ads on Instagram and Facebook are for the same people. A lot of them work and they're a part of the same scam rings or scam compounds, and a lot of them work out of Cambodia. And I think there's been some of those Cambodian scammers that I've watched, and they seem to have different teams of people within the bigger operation. And then even within those teams, I think that the actual individuals usually have different personas, different law firms, FBI, etc., that they pose as. So they work kind of independently, but they all collaborate heavily in Telegram. I've seen their Telegram chats to each other. So it's pretty interesting stuff. So I messaged a handful of them. My hope is that they're all different scammers and maybe on different teams, and so they won't cross collaborate. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. So Pleasant Green responded back, "Sure, I will. Just waiting on you to send the scammer details." So Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a couple of things. I'm gonna send a case file because what these scammers usually ask for is they ask for you to send them evidence that you were scammed. Mainly it is for them to be able to like legitimize themselves in a way, but also there could be potentially sensitive information in that data too. Like usually there's personal information. There could be pictures of checks. There could be like wallets, like accounts, stuff like that that the bad guy could use. All right, so I'm gonna send him first, or them. I say him. I would say majority of the scammers are male, but we've definitely gotten female scammers. We will do case file. All right, so Ben is asking me for a evidence, so I'm gonna send him a malware payload. This was the and so I'm gonna do them with the double whammy. So I'm sending them a payload first off. Dangerous thing about Telegram and WhatsApp is that you can send any, like basically any type of file to someone, and like Telegram and WhatsApp don't discriminate if the file is malicious or not. So when I work with clients like companies, we I mean definitely Telegram's usually not needed for business purposes at all. But even like WhatsApp, we usually recommend people don't use WhatsApp in businesses because it is definitely an infection vector because you can receive unsolicited messages on WhatsApp and somebody randomly sends a bunch of people a malicious file, somebody's bound to click on it. So we want to try to avoid that. So I sent this scammer a malicious file. I'm going to also send them a crypto receipt. So I also have a receipt. The money of the Bitcoin I sent. I usually don't have much luck getting these recovery scammers if they're out of Cambodia, I don't have much luck getting them to go to my crypto site. But these fake personalities, like this fake scammer payback / fake Pleasant Green, typically a lot of them are in Nigeria. So Matthew Barron's asked, "What's your opinion about call flutters?" Hey man, I'm all for it. All of the scam baiters, we all have different specialties. We have different knowledge sets. We have different skills, different tools. I don't really care. Like at the end of the day, the only way that we're going to be able to stop scamming is if we make it not profitable, like not worth the squeeze for people to scam. So if people want to call flood call centers and stuff like that, that's totally fine with me. Like I don't have a strong opinion for or against the way that people scam bait. I really don't care. There's 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 pros and cons for every different thing, and we all do different things, but we're all working towards the same goal. So I'm totally okay with people doing call flooding. All right, I sent the payload to that scammer. He read the message and asked me to send the picture of the receipt. So now I'm going to generate a fake crypto receipt. So let's see. I see this side glass bottles watching. Hey, welcome. I think I called out everybody else that I see in the chat list. All right, let's go to my site here, and I'm going to generate a receipt. I need to put in a recipient wallet, so I'm just going to use the wallet that the last scammer gave me. Let's see, when did I send this one? This one doesn't have a date, so I guess I could. Yeah, I'm just gonna send them no, I don't want to do that though. My goal with sending them this receipt is that they might try to scan it because it's not supposed to be for them. It's supposed to be evidence that I was scammed before. But the reason I'm giving it to them up front, like this one up front, is because I want to make them think that it was legit and that somebody actually received money from me using my website, so that they will think, hey, if he sent money to that scammer via this platform, then I should be able to receive money from that platform too. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I have no idea what amount I told him that I was going to use, but we're just going to use, I'm going to say 10 grand. Because I think that's what I've been saying recently. Just like a nice clean number. No, I don't want Copilot. I need to convert USD to BTC. All right, and then we will do BTC. I'm going to tell them that it came from Coinbase, and then I'm going to generate a unique code that will be assigned to this scammer. That will let me differentiate this scammer from other scammers, and it will also be kind of like if you all have watched Trilogy Media and they give a like a code word to a scammer or a money mule when they're doing a pickup, by knowing that code word, it proves that that person was involved in some way, and it's not just a random person going along with the bit. Like they have to know, they have to have some prior knowledge. So this shows us that if somebody goes to my website and types in that code, I know that that code was only generated for this particular scammer. So I've got a code here. I've got my receipt. Oh shoot, I'm about to send it to the wrong scammer. Okay. Let's slow down a little bit here. Okay. So I sent that receipt to that scammer. I have another scammer sent me a Telegram address. So I'm going to try to add them. Just so everybody's aware, like I do have my screen blurred. I can't share everything that's on my screen, or even just show like one window, because I have way too much sensitive information here. I have like victim names and phone numbers and scammer phone numbers, and then like, you know, kind of confidential TTPs and things like that I use to do baiting and stuff like that. So I don't want to give it all away. But I'm happy to answer questions about anything. Like if you all want to know what I'm looking at, like I'm trying to describe it. But what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at on my phone, Facebook Messenger, and I have a scammer for a fake recovery law firm that sent me the Telegram nickname for a which was supposed to be a lawyer. Hi, I was messaging you about money I was scammed out of. I don't really care about that grammar. I'm trying to make it sound like somebody that doesn't type very much or doesn't seem very like professional. Dan, W got a wallet today with 150K turnover. Damn. Was that 150K like one way or like 75 in, 75 out for that wallet? That's pretty wild. The biggest one that I've gotten so far was 7 million, I think. That's one way, 7 million one way. Received $7 million by one of those Cambodian scam compounds. They had a file on their desktop that had it had credentials in it, and it had wallets that they were using to transfer money. And so one of the wallets that was in the list had received $7 million and then like sent out $7 million. All right, so Pleasant Green Scammer just asked me, what about the scammer details, any number, email? Those are all in the case file. Yeah, W, send me over those websites you have. I'm happy to poke around at those. I think a lot of those websites are like pretty well done and fairly secure. Like they're pretty modern and stuff, but I'll still take a look. You never know. You can have a website that looks super nice, but if your CRM is if your CRM login is exposed to the internet and you're using like a default password or something, it doesn't really matter what protections you have. All right, scammer says I can't see the case file. It's not working. Okay. Well, nothing really happens when they open the case file, so it doesn't really matter. It's not supposed to really work. All right, I'm logging into my server right now and I'm checking to see if anybody has visited the website this morning. I don't think so. I think it's just me creating my receipt. Yeah. Funnily enough, the real Pleasant Green Ben created a receipt yesterday for some scammer. So I do actually collaborate with Ben. I don't know if you all have seen any of his recent videos. Not the most recent one with like Jim Browning and stuff, but the two previous videos. He had one about like puppy scammers, and then he had one about him just exposing some different scammers. That one was super interesting because we found we found he came across a scammer that Deo had baited previously that scammer had been baited previously and had their voicemail changed, so it was like super funny. And then also one of the Nigerian scammers ended up having a person in the United States try to redeem the crypto transaction, and she seemed kind of like it's innocent till proven guilty, but the way that she reacted to what she was doing, it seemed like she was maybe expecting to get something out of it. Like she didn't share many details. But I get it. Like if you get a random phone call from somebody, you might be a little hesitant to give away details, but yeah, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, I've worked with Ben on the last couple of his videos and helped him expose the scammers that he was baiting. And there's some more of that. There's some more collab videos with some other baiters and stuff that I'm sure will be coming out pretty soon. All right. Hopping back over to Telegram, one of the law firms I messaged me back. They want my name, so I'm going to give them my just going to give them my alias name. All fake Pleasant Green / pierogi. I'm going to say all right, so I told that scammer, okay, I can try to get the details from the police if that's okay. That was the one that said that the file wasn't working. Going back to just for a minute for me to rant, since I don't have like video content to share, I'm just kind of it's me talking. The puppy video that Pleasant Green did actually ended up hitting a little closer to home for me because a couple of weeks ago when I was monitoring one of the Cambodian call centers, there was a guy that a gentleman that was a cancer patient and had been for years. It's just been like a battle for several years now, and he tried to buy some puppies, which I don't really like. I don't really like that anyways. Well, to be fair, he was buying puppies, I think. I think Pleasant Green's video was like there was an adoption fee, which wasn't like that much. I definitely recommend first off, like if you're getting pets, try to adopt pets instead of paying breeders. It's just a strong preference. You do whatever you want. I'm not going to judge you for it, but I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, this guy was trying to get puppies or a puppy to just be company during his and like comfort during his like cancer journey. And it turned out to be a scam. So then he got scammed out of money from the puppy scammer, just like Ben's video that he put out. But then the guy was trying to go to the Cambodian scammers to try to get the money recovered. And luckily I was able to stop it before he sent any money, but he was very like grateful that I stepped in. But yeah, it was pretty sad watching because I obviously saw his conversation with the scammer, so he was like not in a great place. So it was pretty sad to watch. All right, Telegram scammer is replying back with their script. They have like a text document on their desktop and they go through and it's the same BS. They just copy and paste it. They have a lot of these responses already translated from Chinese to English. So I messaged another law firm or like lawyer on on Facebook Messenger, and they told me that they were this law firm. I won't say the name of the law firm because I think it is a legitimate law firm that operates that they pretend to be. But it's one that I've actually like hacked before, which is pretty interesting. And I think I actually have access to I might have access to their Gmail account actually. I'm gonna open this up and see if this was the one that I have access to Gmail. So just a word to the wise. Cybersecurity lesson number 1 is don't keep passwords for things in plain text files. Use password managers like 1Password or LastPass. First off, I mean, there's pros and cons to that, right? I think that's a safer alternative than keeping them in a text file on your desktop, like the scammer did. Also, make sure you turn on multi-factor authentication on your email accounts, because if you don't, then you end up with people like me logged into your email account. So what I'm sharing on the screen is the Gmail inbox for a scammer, and it's for the law firm that this scammer is claiming to be from. Like the name of the law firm they're pretending to be that was the name of this particular this particular scammer. So I have access to their Gmail account. I also have access to their financial records. So they have so I have access to Google Drive. So in their Google Drive, there's some victim information that victims have sent them. They have copies of chats, like WhatsApp chats and stuff. There's also financial documents for like some different teams of the scam. So it shows like how much money each scammer has made and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, use MFA and do not put passwords in clear text on your computer. Otherwise, this happens. All right. Where was I? All right. Telegram scammer is asking me for a brief written description of how you were scammed and the amount of money you were defrauded of. I was scammed out of $10,000. They were some guys in India. They said they sent me too much refund money. It all ended up being fake. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Like they don't really care what I reply with anyways. It's all like canned scripts, and then they have to use ChatGPT and Google Translate to go back and translate every single thing that I tell them, and then they have to convert their response into English and paste it in the chat. All right. While I'm waiting for responses from these people, I'm going to see if I can get a third Scammer on the line. Actually, W got me those website names for the fake recovery sites. So I think I'm actually going to poke around at those a little bit and see what we come up with. So let me get my VM pulled up here. All right, let's take a look and see what we're working with. I'm going to close this. For anybody that recently dialed in, I am just talking to some fake, one, a fake Scambaiter profile, two, a fake law firm that's supposed to help with scam recovery. And then I've also got some websites that WX3 sent me that are supposed to be for crypto recovery and stuff like that. So while I'm waiting on responses from the scammers, I am going to poke around at the security of some of these fake law firm sites and see, A, are they active? Damn, this website looks like crap. I feel like I've talked to this law firm before. Yeah, that website looks like crap. So let's see if this is vulnerable in any way. Let me check something. All right, I don't see anything that indicates it's behind a firewall or something, so we'll go for it. Just gonna run a basic scan on it and see what we end up with. All right, so I got that running. Based on the how quickly it's running, the this vulnerability scan, if you will, is running. It seems to tell me it's not behind a firewall, because typically if it is, it will end up generating like a ton of results to where like your scan never finishes because the firewall just like tricks it into running a bunch of garbage, like trying to test a bunch of garbage that doesn't exist. Yeah, I think it's still running. Getting some like result 200, which means a successful connection. So we'll let that run and see what we get back from that. Fake Pleasant Green / fake pierogi hasn't responded or read my message. Fake law firms asking me for more information. I guess that the 2-sentence description wasn't good enough. I got an email about a PayPal transaction. I called the number. They refunded me, but said they refunded too much money, but it was a lie. So I ended up sending them the rest of the money via Bitcoin, but it turned out it was all fake. Hopefully that should be enough information for them. Then I called the police and gave them all the information. They gave me a case file with all the details to give any investigators I met. They said they couldn't help, but maybe the FBI could. All right, so we'll see what they say to that. Let's see how our security scan is going. It's still running. I don't see any big like vulnerability hits though that I could potentially exploit. I will check. I'm actually curious. Let me check their website and see if they have a login page on this web page somewhere. Because this website looks like crap, if I'm being honest. So they could potentially have a login page. Let's see. Is this a WordPress page? I don't think so. Let's check. Oh, I don't know why I said CRM previously, by the way. I meant CMS, not CRM. Thinking of the wrong type of tool. Content management system is indeed WordPress. So I can use WordPress to I can see if there's anything I can do with WordPress. What version of WordPress is this running? 6.7, 6.7. Okay. I don't even know what the current version of WordPress is. What is the current version of WordPress? 6.8. So that's fairly recent. 6.7 is fairly recent. Oh well, 6.7 was back in, that was a year ago. Maybe it's not that recent. Poke around at it and see what we can come up with. All right, we got a reply back from the Telegram scammer. Someone impersonated a PayPa. They didn't put an L in PayPal. PAYPA. A PayPa employee and committed telecommunications fraud against you. Have you verified this with PayPa staff? Did I say PayPa or is he saying PayPa? No, I said PayPal. He's saying PayPa. Have you verified this with PayPa staff? Let's say yes, I did, and the police, and my bank. When I'm typing to these people, I should throw in like random words that don't make any sense so that it throws them off when they're translating it from English. I could probably just randomly throw in some sort of slang term or some sort of like curse word into my like explanations, and they probably wouldn't know. They probably would think it was an error in translation. That would be pretty funny. Did you send money to the scammers by way of Bitcoin? Yes, I did. So anybody that's hopped in, that's watching, I'm doing a few different things right now. I have a fake scam recovery law firm in Telegram that I'm talking to. I've got a fake what was supposed to be a fake Pleasant Green TikTok profile, but then they ended up messaging me from a WhatsApp account named Scammer Payback with a picture of pierogi. And then I also have some domain names that WX3 sent me for some fake scam recovery and fake crypto sites. So I'm kind of poking around at those, looking for security vulnerabilities. The reason why I like to do that is if I can get access to these sites, then I can usually end up dumping. I say usually, like it happens a lot. Usually I can't get access to the sites. I've gotten access to a couple before, but what I can do is dump basically the database of all of the victims that they have, like the victims that have created accounts on these websites and stuff like that, or potentially get more evidence about where the scammers are logging in from and stuff like that, and just collect intelligence data that way. All right, so my scan did finish, and there's not really any glaring security vulnerabilities that I could just easily exploit. I'm also not I don't call myself a hacker. I rely too much upon tools and stuff like that. I'm more somebody that's on like the defensive side of things. It's kind of where my specialties lie, but I know enough to get me in trouble, basically. All right, let's check to see if they happen to have the default WordPress login links. They don't. I also don't know what this logo is. Let me see what type of. I don't know if that's like the CMS or the web service they're running. But it could give me more information about what I'm up against. Throw that in the chat GPT, see what it says. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Chat GPT doesn't know what that logo belongs to, which tells me it might be this particular scammer could be using some sort of custom CMS or something like that. That's pretty typical with Chinese based scammers, or that like scams that run by people from China. They have a lot of custom software they use, especially with chatting with victims. They have these apps that they've created, and they it basically allows them to have several different Telegram profiles and WhatsApp profiles, and it allows them to be connected to all of those and manage all of those in one like interface, so they can manage all of their accounts instead of having like a bunch of different Telegram windows open and stuff like that. So they've got some pretty interesting stuff. All right, so through this error message I was getting, it is a Chinese cloud hosting provider, an error for a Chinese cloud hosting provider. It's extremely popular with Chinese hosting resellers, small VPS providers, WordPress deployments, reverse proxy scam sites. Let's see. Oh, I broke my proxy. I didn't want to do that. Let's try this. Connection reset error. That might be maybe because of the proxy. Oh, it randomizes the URL based on the installation. Interesting. So that one's not working. Let's try. That one doesn't connect at all. Oops. I'm just trying some different ports to see. Okay. That doesn't work. These ports are open. Some of these ports are open, but I'm not gonna like get too crazy with trying to figure it out. That one's interesting though. Actually, you know what? Let me. Sorry guys, I'm just looking up trying to see what would be the most comprehensive scan I can run against this, because I don't think it's behind a firewall or has rate limiting or anything. All right, so we'll kick off a port scan on that. I'll see what ports are open and maybe poke around at some of those. Let's check in with the fake law firm. Fake law firm says, okay, could you provide me with proof of the Bitcoin transfer? All right, I say I start with the case file. I'm going to start with that. I'll start with the payload. Send them a payload. If I can find it. I'm looking for the right one that I want. There it is. So here was the case file the police gave me. Okay. So I sent the fake law firm scammer a payload. I currently don't have a way to check to see if it actually works or if they connect back in or not at the moment. So I'll try it. A lot of times they don't even try running it. You just send it to them and then they're like, okay, It checks out because they have a lot of rules and stuff like that that they have to follow. All right. And then fake Pleasant Green, fake pierogi are asking me if I have other details or like more information for them. I don't know why they need so much information. It's like you're not gonna use it anyways. It's like just take whatever I give you and just move on to try to get the money out of me. Jeez. They have to make it so difficult. All right, so I told Pleasant Green WhatsApp that I already gave the money to the police. It's in the file I gave you. It'll take me a few days. Just trying to get them to move on to the next step. For the Cambodian scammer, I'm going to actually use the same. I can't do that because the QR code is dynamically generated. So let me make a new receipt. Although I need to make sure this receipt is actually received, or this wallet has received money, because these Cambodian scammers they document a lot and they cross-check data a lot. So I have to make sure. Yeah, so like this particular wallet's only received a couple of grand, so that's not going to work for these scammers. The Nigerian ones, though, I don't think they really care. I don't even think they check, but the ones in Cambodia do check. So let me find another wallet that's got a bunch of money on it. Actually, W, if you're still watching, would you mind sending me the wallet you have that had like the 150K turnover? I can just throw that one in. It's got enough money in it to where it should look legit. I just need a wallet that's received at least $10,000. But I've got some saved somewhere. I just gotta find them. Telegram scammers asking me for the receipt. Yes, let me find it. All right, let me check my messages. I think I sent these. Yeah, I sent some of these already. So let me grab one of these. Damn, these are crazy. So just an example of some of the wallets I got from the Cambodian scammers. And this was just one. This is what was on one person's desktop. So on this one person's desktop, they had a file that had 7 wallets in it. Wallet 1 had received over $1 million. Wallet 2 had received like $250,000. Then we got one that is 1.5 million. Then we got these Ethereum wallets. So this Ethereum wallet's received like $2.5 million. This Ethereum wallet has received like $1.5 million. This other one has received like 12 grand. So that one's pretty modest. And then this Ethereum wallet was 2.5 mil. So pretty significant stuff. So I think I'm going to send the scammer the one that's received like a couple hundred grand. I think that one's a little bit more legitimate looking. So we're going to make another fake receipt. I'm going to make a receipt for these guys. We're going to do this. We're going to do 10,000 USD, which is 0.11 Bitcoin. And then generating a fake receipt. So again, the receipts I'm generating right now, these are more for, it's kind of like a secondary opportunity for us to maybe get the scammer to visit the site. Because even if they scan the QR code or go to the website, I can potentially get their GPS coordinates from their phone. They scan it with their phone. And then what my goal is when they actually start asking me to send money, by having this receipt that shows that I was scammed from like this platform, they will think that they can actually transfer money through this platform. And then therefore, when they ask me for money, this kind of gives my fake site some legitimacy. So that's what I'm going for. Okay, so I sent the fake recovery law firm a payload and a fake Bitcoin receipt. My port scan on that fake crypto site finished. They have Microsoft SQL open on that site. There's also a bunch of other sketchy looking domains that look like they've been associated with this particular hosting provider. There's definitely some interesting stuff here, but I don't think it's necessarily anything that will be of any use to me. Like if I run this and I do this port, I got a little something. Let's see. Got a little bit tidbits of some stuff loading on the page. Like I'm getting result codes back, which is good. It means ports are open. But I don't think any of them are any ports that are going to be of any use to me. Yeah, so I mean I could probably dive down this deeper, but it's not my specialty. Hey Blue Lady, welcome in. See you later, Red Sox fan. Thanks for hopping in. For everybody watching, I am currently just kind of hanging out, and I've got a few different paths I'm kind of working on right now as far as scammers go. I have a fake, what started as a fake Pleasant Green TikTok profile, which they have since messaged me on WhatsApp, and they messaged me from a WhatsApp profile with a picture of Pierogi from Scammer Payback, and then their like nickname for their account said Scammer Payback. But then they introduced themselves as Pleasant Green from TikTok, so they kind of got their wires crossed. All right, this guy's just giving up. What the hell? I think this guy's just being lazy. All right, so fake Pleasant Green, fake Scammer Payback. I told him it was going to take me a few days to get evidence from the police about the scam. And instead of just like moving on with the scam, they said that for me to let them know when I have the information, which is not worth my time. I feel like I may have baited this person before when they had a Scammer Payback profile or something. Like I wouldn't be surprised. The other scammer that I have on that I'm looking at right now is a fake scam recovery law firm on Telegram. So that started as an Instagram ad, and I messaged them on Facebook Messenger, and then they sent me a Telegram account to message. So I messaged them. This is likely someone working out of Cambodia or a surrounding country, just based on what I've seen before and these other scammers I've baited. They are asking me for evidence of how I was scammed. So what I've done is sent them a malware payload that's supposed to be part of the evidence, or it's supposed to contain the evidence I have, and the goal is for them to try to open that and launch it. And they've done that. Like I've backdoored a few of these scammers with that particular payload that my friend Lucky gave me. And then I also sent them a fake crypto receipt. So the goal with the fake crypto receipt is the receipt I sent them is supposed to be the one I sent the original person I was scammed by, in hopes that they may scan it. And if they scan it to like check it out, I may get the logs information. And then it also adds legitimacy to what I am doing as far as the transfer goes. So they may think that the the information is legit. And I have hits on, I've got some hits. I actually got hits on somebody somebody scanned the QR code. I did not get GPS coordinates, but the IP address that scanned it, it was an iPhone in Hong Kong. According to the IP address, the geolocation on the IP address is in Hong Kong. Now, the scammer doesn't necessarily need, like, it doesn't mean that they're in Hong Kong. It just means that's where the IP is geographically located, but it could be a VPN, it could be a ISP. But they scanned it. They scanned the QR code, and it went. It's definitely operating out of Hong Kong. So that kind of checks out with what I suspected. This was the fake recovery law firm scammer, actually. So that's pretty rad that they actually scanned it. That was my hope. So now my hope is now that they've scanned it, is maybe they think it's real, and when they ask me to send them money, I'll send them the same receipt, but with their wallet on it, and then they will actually go through the redemption process. So that's pretty cool. My plan worked. I think I've only gotten like one other scammer that actually, like, from Cambodia or from China, that's actually scanned the code that I sent them. I've also had, unrelated, but I've had some like random people try to access my website too. And I've like caught them on camera and stuff. And I don't know if they managed to figure out what my crypto site is, or what happened, how they came across it. But I've caught people trying to use it, like a couple of people, and it seemed to be by intention. Like, you can't just go to the website and then like start like doing things. You go to the website, you have to put in a crypto wallet, you have to put in a redemption code. So they're like, there's these steps that you have to follow before you get to the point of recording video. But that's pretty rad. So like these scammers actually scan the QR code. Chat logs or email conversations, all of those are in, oh shoot. All of those are in the All right, so I told the scammer, they said to provide further evidence such as chat logs or email. I said that all of those are in the case file that I sent and that I don't have those anymore. I gave them all to the police. I'm also asking this fake Pleasant Green profile if there's anything we can do while we wait, because I have not exposed a Pleasant Green scammer before. I've gotten Scammer Payback, Deo, and Trilogy Media. And I think the Trilogy Media one was with the help of my friend KDA, if I'm not mistaken. I think she did. I think she baited that one. I don't remember. That reminds me too. I was trying to message a fake social catfish profile too, because I haven't got one of those fake profiles either. Just an update for everyone from some of the victim saves that I was doing over the last like week. So last week I managed to intercept someone that was being scammed by one of these scam recovery law firms. Actually, they were pretending to be the FBI. It was the FBI IC3 fake scammer. And sorry, I got a text message I need to respond to really quick. Pause for just a moment. Come on. I swear technology has not been working well for me the past couple of weeks. Nothing just works smoothly or like anything. It's always something. All right. That gotta send this over real quick. All right. I was talking about a victim that I saved last week. So I was watching one of these fake FBI scammers on their computers, and I was trying to intercept victims where I could. It's difficult because when you're logged in to like Telegram, for example, which is what most of these fake recovery law firms use is Telegram, it doesn't show your phone number when you have the chat open. It just shows like a name of a person. And then it's more difficult like doing it with these scammers because then they change the name of the person. It's like the name, and then they will put in like a date that they contacted them. Then they put in the amount they were scammed out of, and it's all in Chinese, and it's like it's kind of hard to interpret. But I saw this lady talking to a scammer, and she was saying that she was scammed out of tens of thousands of dollars. And then she started sending the scammer pictures of jewelry in a lockbox. And at first, I thought she was reading the messages. I thought she said she was going to sell the jewelry to get the money to pay for the recovery fee. But it actually turned out that she had sent the romance scammer a box of jewelry in the mail to Los Angeles, California. And so I was like, my thought was I thought she was about to sell jewelry to pay the recovery fee. I also saw that she was pretty old as well. She was in her 80s, and I was just really desperate to get in contact with her, and I couldn't find her phone number. I could see the scammer's like victim log or customer log, as they call it, and there wasn't a phone number next to her name. I just saw her name like in the victim list. And so what I ended up doing was I waited until the scammer looked like they weren't looking at the screen. So like the mouse stopped moving, there was nothing typing for a few minutes. And then what I did is I took control over their computer and clicked on the profile name for her Telegram profile to where the number flashed up on the screen, and then I quickly clicked back over on the window that the scammer had open. And I was recording it on video, so what I was able to do is go back to the video and then get the phone number for the lady, and then I actually called the lady. And she was really upset about like everything that happened. And I think I was on the phone with her for probably like a half hour on stream. But she contacted me the day before yesterday, so like on Friday, and she was like really distraught. So I had given her a bunch of resources to help her, like where she needed to report it to, and general victim guidance about contacting somebody close to you and being, don't be embarrassed. This happens to like millions of people. You're going to get through this. Like, please contact a family member, a neighbor, someone at church, like whatever, and let them know what's going on so that they could help you through this and help you report all the stuff. And then I thought she was good, but then she messaged me or left me a voicemail the day before yesterday, and she was really distraught and crying and like didn't know what to do. So yesterday I ended up contacting Adult Protective Services for her because she was too embarrassed to tell her family. So hopefully she got in touch with them. If not, hopefully like tomorrow. And then I tried to give her some encouragement. I think she's in a better place now than what she was like yesterday. I think it got her in a better mindset to at least make it through to like Monday when APS can reach out. But yeah, it was a pretty hard one. It's definitely it's been the roughest victim save that I've dealt with. But the good news is that she didn't give up. She didn't give up what little she has left. She kind of gave away everything that she had. But I hope that I hope the best for her. And I hope that she talks to her family to let them know what's going on. I even offered to her for me to talk to her family. I'm like, if it would help you, like if you're too embarrassed to talk to them, if you give me their information, I will call them and I will talk to them and like break the ice and then get the information over and like explain like they shouldn't like don't be too hard on her because she's vulnerable and stuff like that. All right, back to the scam baiting. I think I might have the fake Pleasant Green back on the hook. They are saying that they will run a penetrative test on the wallet you send now. Okay, I didn't know you could. I don't know what a penetrative test is. I know what a penetration test is, but I've never done a penetrative test. And I didn't know that a crypto wallet was something that you could pen test. So we got those things going on. The fake recovery law firm looks like we're good to go on that. So they're asking me for some general information. So I'm going to give them all of this fake information that I use for one of my baiting personas. I got name, male, age. I think my dude turned. How old did he turn? Damn, I have no idea what I forgot like what date of birth I put for my baiting profile, my persona. They are catching me off guard. All right, let's find my fake ID that I made. I will say that my fake ID looks pretty legit from a like photoshopping perspective, but obviously if you were to try to print it out and somebody was looking at it in person, it would be hard. But I didn't use AI for the ID. I used Photoshop, and I was very meticulous about matching fonts and transparencies and watermarks. It's pretty legit, I have to say. Question is where is it so that I can. There it is. All right, so my dude is 79 years old. Okay. I think he just had a birthday, actually. I put his birthday for Halloween because it's easy to remember. All right, so male, 79. This is my phone number. I guess I need to use my. Shoot, man, what number am I using? Okay, I'm using this number. Scammed platform. I'm just gonna say PayPal Bitcoin, and then scammed amount 10K. Scammed time September. All right, so I sent all the information the scammer is asking for. So next step will be for these Cambodian scammers. I'm probably not going to get to the next step on this call, like on this stream, because normally they spread it out over a couple of days. So what normally happens is they'll take my information today. Tomorrow they will they'll tell me today, like they'll get my information, they'll tell me I'm gonna get you assigned with like a technician or a hacker or like whatever they're gonna call the person, and then I'll send you their Telegram information tomorrow. So then tomorrow I'll get a message from that person or be instructed to message that person, and then they will usually set me up with, they'll say like, hey, we found where the money went. You're gonna create an account on this platform, and then we're gonna use it to transfer the money from that platform back to your crypto wallet. And then they're gonna put me in a chat with a bunch of other people, like about 10 people. And then it's like me, and then it's 9 profiles controlled by the scammer. And the scammer has a script. They have like a text file that has the name of each persona and like what that person's supposed to say. So they literally just go in and start copying and pasting messages over. into the chat, into their different Telegram profiles to make it look like there's some sort of group chat going on, when in reality it's just me and the scammer. And then those people will say like, hey, looks like they got my money. Like, I can't believe it. This is so awesome. It was worth paying the 20% fee. And then they're going to ask me to pay a 20% fee after it looks like they've recovered the money. And then that's where they get you, the 20%. So if I told them I lost 10,000, so they're going to ask me to pay them 2,000. I know it doesn't seem like that much, but there are victims that I've seen that have gotten scammed out of a lot more than just $10,000. That are trying to contact these people. Like, we're talking like 50,000, six figures. Like, it's pretty wild, the millions of dollars that I've seen people lose. All right. Fake recovery scammer says, I will immediately upload the evidence to the database of the technical department. After analyzing the evidence of the case, the technical team will immediately investigate the IP address of the platform and the direction of the funds. So what that means is they're going to take my information, send it to the technical department, and then they will probably direct me over to a technician of some sort. All right, so let me see where we go. Where do we go from here? I may actually call it because it's like midday and I got other stuff to do. So let me just see if anybody's typing. Yeah, I think everybody's gone quiet now. So with that, I will call it. Just to summarize what I did today, we got a fake Pleasant Green TikTok profile. We got them to message us on WhatsApp. They messaged us from a WhatsApp profile with a picture of pierogi, not Ben, but pierogi. And their profile also says that that they are schemer payback, but then they messaged me with they messaged me saying this is Pleasant Green from TikTok. I've also got a scam recovery law firm that I'm talking to on Telegram. We sent them a malware payload and we sent them a QR code for a fake crypto transaction that they think I sent the scammers. They scanned the QR code I sent. And we got an IP address for that is based in Hong Kong. Now, that might not be the location of the scammer. That's just geo IP information. They denied location sharing when they scanned the QR code. But I'll count that as a win. That was all I was really looking for, is to get a general idea of where they were. So I can see they were using an iPhone, and it was from Hong Kong. they denied sharing request. I'll count that as a win, because what my goal is now is try to get them to execute the malware backdoor, and then also when they ask me for money, I'm gonna send them a fake crypto receipt for them to receive money, and then maybe on that one I can get the actual GPS coordinates from their location, and then also the actual like video of the scammer and stuff like that. So I doubt I'll get that. I haven't gotten that with the Cambodian scammer. I think I've gotten one that has scanned it and did video, but they had the camera covered. So that's what I worked on today. So with that, I'm going to call it. I'm going to go take care of some business. I appreciate you all for watching, and